How many Word documents do you have? Insane.
Studying. Just trying to get a job, bro.
Alright, now that I'm on Google, put up the chat. Pull up the chats, pull up the chats. Oh wow, Mike Ben made a new video. Oh, he did it with Bob. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Let me mute my laptop and then open the chat. I did not mute my laptop somehow. Okay. Now let me make my usual poll. Is that not how you spell that word? Okay. Whew. We're good. We have started. The chat has begun. Damn, now my left side is plugged up. This is insane. Oh. Nah, I just fixed it. But something's definitely going on. Something is weird. Hmm? Uh, okay. Let's look up the news until people get here. Oof. Guy who urged planting 1 trillion trees begs people to stop planting so many trees. I need to know what that's about. Why would you beg people to not plant trees? If no one had ever said plant 1 trillion trees, I think we'd have been in a lot better space. Basically, he said he overlooked the drawbacks of mass tree planting, including stifling biodiversity and not being as effective carbon capturers as once believed. That's pretty crazy. So we don't need to plant trees. Incredible. What's up, Pato? What's up, Rolando? Rolanda, you want to know something very interesting about that word that you just typed? I'm asking you like I'm not going to tell you anyways. So I don't know when I realized this, but I realized that like on all the like Mexican series and shit, when they say that, they spell it with a B, right? And then I got to thinking, I was like, well, that makes sense because like we talked about before, the B and the V are not really different. But then I started thinking about how like Chicanos say it, like how they say like fato, like with the V, right? And I was like, that shit's really different because they don't say it like that. They say like bato. And so I looked it up, and the V version is actually recognized as a correct version now, but obviously it started with a B. So that was interesting. Very interesting. But it's like I don't know the origin. I have to look it up right now. Let me see. Bato etimología. Etimología. A dumb man. That's the definition, technically. A dumb man. A man that's not very bright. But I want to know, where did it come from? ¿Qué significa la palabra pato y de dónde surgió? That's what I need. Blah, blah, blah. Don't care. Where did it come from? Bro, this article literally did not tell me where it came from. This is insane. How are you gonna have an article? Okay, it says the origin is uncertain. That's why. That's weird though. There should be some kind of story about it. Don't worry, I'm gonna find it. Don't worry, I will find it. Felipe, hi, how are you doing? I'm chilling, man. I'm good. I'm doing well. I'm doing fine. I'm doing great. Alright. Esta palabra proviene del griego. Paltos. Del latín paltus. Del prefijo griego paltos. Que significa profundidad. La última excepción viene del caló bato, que quiere decir padre. Padre. Interesting. Colin, what's up, man? I find it interesting when I look something up in Spanish, and then I'm like, I don't know what that is. Let me see what it is in English. And then I look it up in English and I'm like, I don't know what that is in English either. Spoken by the Spanish and Portuguese Romani. That's probably why I don't know what it is. Felipe, we were talking about a specific word in Spanish and where it came from, but now we are opening the floor back up to all kinds of random stuff. Did you bring slang for us today, bro? Colin, how you doing, man? Did you hit up Will about Spanish or not? Do you know what in what? Do you know what? Oh, what? Do you know what is an arcaísmo? Is that what you're trying to say? That one word out of order is just like fuck my head up, bro. Colin, yes. Oh, good. Did you guys come to an agreement, or is that still being negotiated? But to answer your question, Rolando, I probably know what it is as much as I do in English. Like, I understand the concept. I couldn't tell you like thoroughly, but I understand that it's some kind of word that's discontinued, right? Not used anymore. You know what's funny about that, Rolando? About what you just said, messing up on the syntax? I'm a part of this group chat, and in this group chat, there was someone. It's like a Spanish learning group chat, but I'm kind of there to like moderate and help. But there was someone that was saying that the way Spanish sentences are set up is confusing or difficult, something to that effect. And I was like, bro, you know what? Spanish is actually pretty flexible. Like you can say things in a lot of different ways. Even if it's atypical, it's still doable. You can do it and be understood. But English, sometimes that shit's just dead wrong, bro. It's like, nah, you just can't order the sentence that way, bro. It has a very specific spot it needs to be in. Agreement, but it seems like he's busy. That doesn't surprise me. He's finishing up his university stuff. He just got done working like a month straight because he was in another city covering the national games. And the holiday season is just, the holiday season. People, it's bigger here than it is in the States. But yeah, people typically don't work that much until January starts. But that's good that you guys came to an agreement. That's as long as you guys kind of got it up and running. I'm telling you, man, when you start, you're gonna be like, man, I'm glad I did this for real. Felipe, I got a question. What's your question, bro? I am here to answer if I can. Can't make any promises. Okay, a tip drill is kind of hard to explain, bro. That's a tough one. But technically, it's explained in the lyrics. Do you know the lyrics to the song? That's hilarious. That's of all the questions I thought you would ask, that was not it. And really, the explanation is super vulgar. So I kinda, you know, I will tell you. But tell me if you know the lyrics first. Okay. Let's go through this. Okay. I said it must be ass because it ain't your face, right? That means like she's not cute. It must be your ass. She got a big booty, but she's not cute. Then she says, yeah, it's a dirty song. Then it says, I need a tip drill, right? But in short, you could say a tip drill is a girl that's transactional. They looking for a girl. It's like basically they're looking for a prostitute. If you really want to get deeper into it, there's a story, but it's related to sports, like what a tip drill is. Like tip drills. Felipe, you ever played basketball before or no? Tell Bo to catch up with me when he's finished his exams or whatever else. He should be finished with that relatively soon. Like he might be done already. But the holiday stuff probably, until Christmas. And then he should be good. Okay, Felipe, so you never played basketball. Well, basically there's a oval, there's a rim that you shoot the ball into, right? But behind that rim, there's a backboard. So it kind of, I have no way of showing you. This circle is the rim that you shoot the ball into. This is the backboard. So on this backboard, if you throw the ball and it bounces back, it's like it's called a tip in. If it bounces and you put it back in with your hand, it's called a tip in. A tip drill is when you throw it off of the backboard and you keep doing that. So I do it, it bounces behind me, then you pop up, next person, and so we're all bouncing off the backboard. That's a tip drill. That's all of us in a line doing a tip drill. So technically, we're all in a line for this person. Very, very vulgar. That's the best explanation I can give without getting just too in detail. That one's too dirty. That one's too dirty for a laugh. But I can message you and be more explicit if you want. Tell you later. But I think you probably got the meaning. Correct. There are many arcaísmos in Spanish. The problem is that they have not been discontinued. They just aren't used in the major cities anymore. Well, I would say it's the same for English too, though. Part of the problem is that non-major cities and la habla hispana are ignored wholesale. People from Guanajuato still differentiate between B and V. Okay. I see what you're saying. Sir Shobi. Hey, bro, how are you? I'm good. Chilling. Having fun on YouTube Live right now. No. You don't have to say sorry, Felipe. I just don't want. I just don't know who's watching, and sometimes there's like kids on here and stuff, so I don't want to say anything super super vulgar. But like I said, I can tell you later in private. Where am I from? I'm from Texas. Where are you from? If you want, I could guess. If you give me a hint, bet you I could figure it out. I need at least 2 hints, and I probably could figure it out. Maybe. You're from Ukraine. Okay. What do you think of Ukraine? Do you still live there? you can speak a little English? Seems like your English is good. I feel like last time I told you guys I was gonna tell you a story, um, but I had to get off. I can't remember what the story was, but I said I would save it for the next time. Felipe, you got any other slang that's not that vulgar? I need a tip, Jill. I need a tip, Jill. Point it out. Point it out. Toot, toot, toot. I guess all my questions about dirty songs. You know what? That makes sense because those are the hardest ones to figure out because they're intentionally being pretty vague so that they're not super vulgar. But go ahead, ask me. What I'll do is I'll do a better job of answering the question without being vulgar myself. It'll just challenge my English speaking skills a little bit. Oh, Rolando, you know a real good example of a arcaísmo? Alberca, bro. Only fucking Mexicans in the weirdest places use that word. The first time I heard that, I was like, what the fuck is alberca, bro? Like, what is that? And I'm like, oh, you talking about a pool, bro? Why are you saying alberca? But they still be saying that shit kind of heavy in Mexico, bro. Arabic, piscina. I know, but that's my point, bro. Like, that would be the regular word to use. But hella Mexicans be saying alberca. And so I'm like, why y'all doing that, bro? Why? Oh, you meant to say alberca is Arabic. Yeah, but it's still outdated. Even more so, actually. I mean, the fact that it comes from Arabic should it's definitely outdated. You know what? I'm gonna look up more of those and see if there's any that I use. Mm, wow. Interesting. There's a few on this list that I would say, I wouldn't say I use, but I would say I hear them commonly enough that I didn't know that they were discontinued. Like disque? Everybody says disque here. And Dominican say dique. I can't believe disque is considered arcaísmo. That's crazy. Like literally you will hear disque at least 100 times a day here. And like 10 times in the exact same sentence. Let's see. Fierro. I kind of knew that. Liviano. See, Liviano is one of those ones I hear a lot, but I'm like, bro, why don't you just say ligero? So I kind of get that one. Let's see. Platicar. That's another one. Mexicans use that heavy. Vamos con poder. Hi. Hi to you too. How are you doing? Do you speak English? Habla Spanish. Sí, hablo Spanish. Felipe, I'm waiting on some slang, bro. De 1 al 10, ¿cuánto hablas español? Yo diría 7. Motoloco Ruiz. ¿Qué está pasando? Salud. Éxitos y buena vida. Gracias. Gracias como siempre. I gotta bag it up. Tell me the full context of that, and then I'll tell you what it means. Because that can mean different things depending on who says it. Me saludo, soy Enzo. Pero ¿qué quiere que yo diga? ¿Cómo se siente hablar con un estadounidense? Porque, no sé, me dan la curiosidad. No sé, soy de los Estados Unidos. Se siente regular. I like the way you work it. Oh no, diggity. Okay, so that one is actually not controversial, but it's, I'll say it's up for debate. People have talked about that song a lot and what they think that means, right? And there's some people that say that um, bag it up is about buying stuff, right? Like buying something for her, putting it in a bag. And there's other people that say that that's a reference towards condoms. What's the truth? I actually don't know. So that one is not cut and dry enough for me to just tell you straight up. Like, this is what he was talking about when he said that. O sea, entienden entre sí, porque yo no les entiendo ni madres. Sí, pero eso es normal. ¿Tú hablas inglés o no? Acá en Canadá ya son... Ah, no. No, eso no es cierto. Quería saber traducir. Mike, you know what? Debatable. I used to say back it up. But one time I saw people arguing about it and they were so dead set on what bag it up meant. I'm like, it's not back it, it's not back it up. I thought it was back it up. Especially because he's like, I like the way you work it. Like, back it up. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. That's not what a lot of people think. Hello, man. I'm Brazilian. Can you say Brazil is the king of football? Sure. Brazil is the king of football. That's pretty true, right? I mean, Argentina did win, but I think Brazil overall probably takes the cake. Jalan Bipal Salve. Hi. Hi, Jalan Bipal. I don't know what your name is actually. Argentina and Brazil are the kings. I can agree with that, Mike, because I'm not from either one of those places. But I think either one of them would say they're the king. All right, Rolando, we'll see you when you get back, bro. Most World Cups? True. Felipe, don't worry. It's okay if you're confused about those lyrics because we're all confused. That's the point. Me and Mike thought it was saying one thing, other people think it's saying something else. We don't know. And that is just that's how the language works sometimes. That's why actually I tell people like music is a good way to learn language, but sometimes it's not because sometimes musicians just say random stuff and it doesn't have to make sense because it's music. Or they don't have to explain it. So it might make sense to them or it might make sense to you. And then I'm like, what? Like, what is this? This makes no sense. Lima. Masoterapia. Uh, but you're from Brazil. A lot of people from Brazil come to this chat. I don't know how I attract Portuguese speakers. José Silva, boa noite. I don't speak Portuguese. No falo português. Lil Wayne and Kanye taught me so many vocabulary words. Yeah, that's true. I can agree with that. I think our generation of rap was different though. Very different. because they actually tried to, they actually tried to, do something with their wordplay and not just like mumble. Which I don't really have a problem with mumble rap, to be honest. But it's just different. Nariz pequeño. Ok. Ah, eso es mentira. Felipe, what does that mean? What is the thing that Oneida Silva said? What does that mean? El Moro en Curitiba? What does that mean? Ah, Curitiba. Where is that at, though? Oh, it's a state in Brazil. Oh, okay. Onde você mora? So, Felipe, what does that mean? Does that mean where do I live at? Donde vivo? Vivo en Colombia. Hopefully, that person can at least understand a little bit of Spanish. This chat be getting real diverse. See, this is like, man, I gotta step my Portuguese up, man. That might be my fan base right there. Sí, hablo español. ¿Tú hablas español? Luckily, I got Felipe here as a translator. Mike, what you been doing, man? What you been up to? Haven't heard from you in a while. Felipe, is this person talking shit? What are they saying about my nose, bro? Poquito español. Está bien. Tú puedes escribir en portugués. Está bien. Do. He's messing with me. I figured that much. I figured as much. Finals week. These kids have been asking for a lot of tutoring. That in grad school. And a few dates. Hey, salí con otra loca. She was legit disrespecting randoms at the Coca-Cola factory. What you mean disrespecting randoms, bro? How? Like, who was there even a disrespect? Like, how did that happen? No más creo todo. That's a that's interesting. I would like to hear about that. A long time ago, I would have said it might be your fault if you keep running into crazy people, but I just know now that that's not the case. There's just a lot of crazy people in the world. Have a good night, sir. What is your favorite football player? First, tell me where you're from, and I would tell you where I'll tell you who my favorite football player is. If you're from Brazil, then my favorite football player is Cristiano Ronaldo. I'm guessing this guy asked me where I'm from. You too? That's your favorite football player? Woo! Then we're friends. Someone asked to slide by her politely. She looks at them side eyeing them angrily. She was one of the ones that's nice with you but rude to other people that work in service. Ooh, nah, bro. I think that's like the biggest indication of someone's deep personality, who they really are, right? Like when there's no benefit to them to treat someone nicely. Do they treat them nicely or do they treat them like garbage? To me, looking down on anyone is just like a huge character flaw. Um, Now, how you act based on circumstances, kind of different. So when I first got here, I was a little too polite with homeless people. So I do have to be different now, but I don't treat them badly. It's more like I just have to know that like if I engage with them, they're not gonna leave. And there's a possibility that I could become a victim for that. And so I have to um, you know, the worst thing I'm gonna do is just ignore them. But I still would never like treat them like shit. Like it's just not. This is not who I am. I'm like this person is just trying to get by, bro. Like yeah, yeah, exactly. Same respect for the CEO and the garbage man as long as no one disrespects me. 100%. My dad taught me that early, man. Like taught me that early, and it wasn't even like a. It wasn't even from that standpoint like treat them nicely because that could be you one day. It's like literally treat them nicely because they're people. Like even if that's never you one day and it's not gonna happen, like this is a person like with a family and a job. Like it's not a criminal. Like why are you treating them like they're about to rob you or something? You know what I mean? It's just crazy. Julio, hello, what's up? ¿Cuál su profesión? What does that mean, Felipe? Does that mean what's my job? Well, can you tell him that I'm a trainer? Because I definitely don't know how to say that in Portuguese. Ah, okay. I am a personal trainer. I work out, soy entrenador. No social awareness. Also, there's a section where you can taste different drinks. She legit stood in front of it and blocked 30 people. They looked at me and I legit had to apologize. That's a crazy date, bro. It's a good thing you got out of there, bro. Giselle, what's up? You made it just in time. We're talking about all kinds of random stuff. This is a three language chat right now. There's people speaking in Portuguese, Spanish, and English. It's pretty crazy. I don't know what they're saying in Portuguese, but Mike, you know what? The other day it was like this too. It was like it was random, bro. I think you might have been in here. I think it was on Sunday. I think it was last week Sunday where it was just like five kids speaking in Spanish like the whole time and I'm like, I guess we're not speaking English this live. Just woke up from your long drive. Mike, what are in these women resume that made you like them in the first place? That's a good question. So earlier I almost blamed you, but I didn't. But it is a good question, a non-judgmental question. Seriously, what made you go out with this woman? You know, besides, I'm sure she looked good, but what more than good looks made you say, I'm gonna take this woman out and try to get to know her? And it really doesn't have to be more than the good looks, because that's what dates are for, right? To get to know the person. So Mike is on the loose now. uh, Depends on what you mean by on the loose. Once I realize we aren't compatible, I get out of there. Quería preciso ir descansar. Oh, I cannot read that Portuguese, but I think I understand what it means. And it was nice to talk to you as well. Thank you. That was for all of us because you talked to all of us and we all talked to you. So, luckily, I got Felipe as a translator up in here. She was nice with me, active person, chill. Didn't know she was rude to randoms. I have to find another way of meeting them, I guess. Oh, I know what that means because that looks just like Dios te bendiga. Igual, Dios te bendiga. She said, "How you gonna say that after I said it? You didn't figure that out. I figured that out." Giselle's really trying to take credit for the one Portuguese translation that I got right tonight. That's crazy. I feel like I missed the message from Mike. Joanna, boa noche, noche. No, I don't know how to say that. But good night. Good night to you as well. Mike, I think you answered your own question. If your spirit does not say yes, then you should do the same. Colin, I don't know if it's that his spirit isn't telling him yes. More so, maybe not telling him anything. He doesn't know them. You know what I mean? Unless I missed the message, I might have because the chat's kind of moving. That's why I'm pulling it up on my laptop so I can try to go back. Um, but yeah, sometimes you just don't know. Like someone could be kind of good vibes at first, and then they do something, and you're like, "Whoa, that's not how I get down." So then you leave after that. Like you said, seemed okay. Then you go out to eat, and they're being rude to the service workers, and you're like, "Oh, nah, I gotta go." Oh, I didn't like them necessarily. I think I did see that message, but I think I think I might have interpreted that message a little bit different. That's what I think. Because to me, like I'm a real. Let me think of how I want to say this. Let me think of the wording I want to use. I'm a real connection type of person, and that can't be built in 10 seconds, right? So like I never meet anyone and I'm like, man, I really like this person. I think we're gonna hit it off and blah blah blah. Because I don't know you. Like there's literally no way I'm gonna feel like that. I might feel the opposite way. I might just be like, me and this person will never be cool because I'm not fucking with them. But as far as like feeling something, friendship or otherwise, it just I would have to talk to you more. I never meet someone and I'm like, yeah, that's this is gonna be amazing because it takes me having experiences with the person, kind of like Mike just said. I see how they treat people. I see how they think about life. I talk to them more and more, and either the connection strengthens or it just doesn't go anywhere. Like I said, that's not even like a romantic thing. That's just period. Sometimes you just yeah, like everyone's different. So how people build their friendships, romance, all of that stuff. We have different ways of going about it, right? But for me, like I said, I'm all about connections, which is why, like I said before, as far as like language learning goes, it was easy for me to pick up Spanish when I met Will because me and him we developed a bond. We're super cool. Like to this day, we're super cool. That's why I'm here. I kick it with him still. But if it's like another language or something, I need to, like I'm like I don't know anyone that speaks Portuguese. Felipe is cool, but I really don't know Felipe, right? I only know him in this chat. I don't know like what he thinks about life and stuff. I think if I got to know Felipe more, and I'm like, man, Felipe is super cool. I'm gonna go to Brazil and hang out with him one day. Then I would get super motivated to learn Portuguese. So that's just the kind of person I am. Never spend money on okay women. Oh god, this is about to turn into a dating chat. This is how Twitter looks every day. People be arguing about who pays and shit. I'll be like, oh my god, I gotta log out, bro. If a man invites me out, I'm not paying. I agree with that, you so like, yeah, if you get invited somewhere, you shouldn't be paying. Like, Mike, I agree with your friends to an extent. I think physical attraction is important, right? Like that definitely needs to be there. But outside of that, but there's this really good book I read, and it's called How Not to Die Alone. I was already in a relationship when I read this book, but it's just a good book. And it talks about why so many people get divorced now. Uh, Axa. Men buy every time. Hey, yo, when you're pretty, that's how life works. You never have to pay. Um, yeah, this book is good. It was about why people get divorced so much, why people jump around in relationships so much, why they date so much, why they can't get dates. And one of the chapters was talking about how, like, people won't even go for someone that's not their type now because you have unlimited options. You could set your Tinder to 100 miles away, 50 miles away, and you could keep going until you find your type. Whereas like in real life, 1950s or something, bro, like you got your town, which is why everyone in those times, like your 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 spouse was from the same town as you. Like you couldn't just be like, oh, I'm gonna go meet this person in Europe. You had no way of knowing who was in Europe and if you was gonna find somebody. Um, but yeah, if y'all like reading, man, buy this book called How Not to Die Alone. It's a super super good book. Talks about like the Disney effect and shit, and like how everyone these days, because of Disney movies and TV shows and shit, they think that relationships are magic and there's no arguments, and that someone should know exactly everything you like and your boundaries and stuff. So if you have to explain that, then they're not the soulmate. They're not the right person for you. Or like in reality, nobody knows your fucking boundaries because they don't know you. They might get lucky on a few, but you're gonna run into stuff where you're like, oh, my bad. I didn't know that was gonna hurt your feelings. I didn't know that was that deep for you. I don't know your fucking childhood, bro. I don't know what happened to you. So it can only that shit can only happen, and then we move on from there. And then how the person acts after that, that's important. But you know, like Mike, you grew up in the South, where I come from, bro. Like Jonan, that's a way of life, and it's not something that we take personal because that's how we grew up. So, like you know, the dude came into the chat earlier and he's talking about my nose. There's literally no way I could get mad because I grew up where like people would start talking about your nose for no reason. And right then you need to be like, bro, look at your fucking shoes, bro. Like this dude got his shoes from Kmart, dog. What brand is this? But like that's just how we grew up. So when you grow up like that, if you meet someone that didn't grow up like that, and you think like, oh, I'm gonna bond with them by talking shit, you just make them cry. But there's no way you can know that because you grew up different than them. You know what I mean? So it's just
Wash all the towels.
yeah, but they should be dry now, probably. And Jonan is a part of my family culture. Yeah, 100%, bro. Hey, before she gets back, my whole family be Jonan. She didn't grow up like that, bro. So yeah, we had some problems when when she came when she came to the house. But like I said, we got past it. But like, yeah, bro, like that's just how we grew up, bro. Or like we were all athletes and stuff. So like being competitive is super normal, bro. Like my dad, bro, you be playing Uno, Taboo, whatever. My dad's pissed, bro. But it's not like we're really about to fight. It's just like, bro, like you really trying to play me right now. Like that's not the rules, bro. That's not how Taboo works, bro. Nah, y'all not getting that point, bro. I'll snatch the card out your hand. Y'all not getting that point, bro. Giselle Jonan is like making fun of somebody, but not. I can't say not in a bad way because it is. But it like if you grew up like that, it's not like we have to fight over it. You could if you want to, but you don't have to. So like, for example, my best friend, he might like send me a pic. He'll be like, "Yo, my barber like killed my haircut," and I'll be like, "Bro, I can't even pay attention to your haircut because you're so fucking ugly, bro. Like, don't ever send me a picture of your face again." But he's just gonna laugh. He's not gonna think I'm really attacking him and calling him ugly. Like that's just how we talk. Like I answer the phone, I'm like, "What's up, bitch?" Like, yeah, yeah, like pulling your leg. That's a hilarious example. That was a real example too. He's really just like, yeah, I like the way this fade looks. I'm just like, bro, don't ever send me some shit like this again. I was like, I literally almost dropped my phone. That was a fucking jump scare, bro. Oh yeah, oh yeah. That's how I answer the phone every single time, bro. Now Mike is shooting fancy Spanish words. Mike's a fancy guy. That reminds me, I was watching this video one time. I can't remember who it was, but they were in Colombia, and like they kept hearing the word "mamando gallo," and they couldn't. Like the girl kept saying it to him, and he's just like, what about chicken?" And she was just like, "No, mamando gallo." and he just couldn't figure it out. It was like literally like 2 minutes straight. I wish I remember what the video was, but I'm like, damn, like he cannot get this through context. Popping in and say, "What's good, bruv? It's not looking good, bruv." What's up, Phil? How you doing, man? Since Mike already snitched, we can talk about this in the open. It was supposed to be a secret, but Mike ruined it. Uh, good breath, but don't watch it. Oh man, y'all crack me up. It's a good show though. Phil, what'd you think of the fights, dog? I think we only talked about Kobe. To be honest, I don't even remember the other fights now. It's been too long. It's been an entire day. I predicted everything exactly how it was gonna happen except for Shavkat. Yeah, me too. I didn't see him winning by sub. That was different. When I tell you I love Colombian Spanish, I mean it. He's not lying. It's true. Have I seen it? No, I haven't seen it. But I feel like I have to watch it now. I feel left out right now. Congrats on another year of marriage. Salute. Thank you, bro. Technically, it's at 12 o'clock, like, because our anniversary's on the 18th. Now I have to watch the scene because y'all pissing me off. Let's see. Oh, I think I heard that on TikTok. Let me see. First, I need to mute this. Oh, I got my laptop on mute. That's why.
Lady, la vendió la de rosa.
Oh, shit.
¿Qué hizo la plata? De la mercancía cosita.
Lady.
Okay, like the way she said that was kind of funny, actually. I have heard that. I heard that on TikTok. You know what? TikTok has so many sounds that people use, and you will never know uh, where they came from until you randomly see it one day. Mike just texted me, but oh, you just sent. I was about to say, what did you send me, bro? He sent me the movie. Hold on, I'll be right back. Thanks, Colin. Appreciate it. You know what it means though? I didn't until yesterday. I can deduce the meaning. I haven't seen the uh I haven't seen it besides literally just watching her say it. But I can imagine that it means someone's spent money on sweets or some shit like that. Phil, what's your problem, dog? you're, you're sick. Oh my god. Phil's a sicko, dog. That's like the opposite of Jonah. I don't know what that's called. But being gay for your homies. It's actually malgastar la plata en tonterías. I feel like that's not that different than what I said. Kinda. We need Giselle. She's a real deal Colombian thoroughbred. We need to know the exact definition. Giselle, tell us what the phrase means. And the best words you can come up with in English, what does that phrase mean? How about complimentary to my bro? Being sweet, that is old school, but yeah, there's no specific word for. Uh, Phil does not speak Spanish, Mike. um, yeah, there's no specific word for that, but Giselle's just gonna ignore our question. That's cool. You're supposed to be the official translator here. What's all that movement back there? The question is, what does that phrase mean? After I watched it, Mike asked me, did I understand what it meant? And I told him what I thought it meant. And he said he thought the same thing, but he actually thinks it means something slightly different. So I said, let's ask Giselle because she's a real Colombian. So, in your best English, tell us what that phrase means. Because I also have no context. I literally just heard that sentence. So I don't know like what happened in the scene before or after. I think expressions are easier to figure out when you have context. Ah, she stole someone's money. But does it so you can can you say that no matter what the person took the money for, or does it have to be for something specific? Ah, see now Mike's confused. See now I feel like I need to see the full scene because Giselle, you're our official translator right now. We need you to. We need you to focus. So that phrase on its own, though, if you just heard that phrase, how would you translate that phrase specifically? What did she say? Me la maqueteé, me la maqueteé en cositas. Me la maqueteé en cositas. Right. Well, that's why I thought that she was saying like you spent my money on snacks. That's what I said because that's what I was thinking in my head. Like, okay, that means snack. I finished it up buying candy. Oh man, you know what's funny? This is why I think I would never be. I don't. I'm not gonna say never. I think I would be scared to be an interpreter because that's an enormous amount of pressure. Like you could literally understand what someone's saying, and you could know another language thoroughly, but you're like, ooh, how do I tell this person what this person is really trying to say? Exactly, right? The translation, that's exactly what I'm talking about. The translation, that's what, so that's the difference between translating and interpreting, right? You have to try to figure out an expression in the other language that will kind of match up, or at least words that will kind of match up. And I actually want to do a podcast with the interpreter for Portuguese and Spanish in the UFC because he does a great job of that. Um, yeah, exactly, Fabiano. He does a great job of that. And we agreed to do a podcast, but he's always so busy with the UFC that every time we're supposed to do it, he's like, "Bro, I'm really sorry. We got to do it at a different time because this season right now they just scheduled all these fights back to back, and I got to fly to Dubai, blah blah blah." So when he does his interpreting, it's amazing, bro, because they'll say something, and it's better when you speak both the languages because you can hear how he interpreted it. I don't know when he does the interpreting for Portuguese. I don't know how like accurate it is or what he's changing, but I can hear it in Spanish where I'm like, "Ooh, if he translates that, it's not gonna make sense." But he's an interpreter, not a translator, so he does it the way he thinks we should hear it. So like, hey Phil, what's old boy's name from Ecuador? He's a black dude. His name's like uh you know who I'm talking about. Hella muscular, handsome black dude, hella power. I think his name is fuck, I can't think of his name. Chito did that. Oh yeah, exactly. But that's what I was just about to say. I was about to use old boy as an example, but I can't think of his name. What's his name, bro? Hold on, I gotta look him up now. Fighter, black. My search bar says Ecuador fighter black. Oh, Michael Morales. Okay, so every time Michael Morales fights, when he finishes, when he wins, he's like, Ecuador es arrecho, hijo de puta! He screams that shit at the top of his lungs. And the translator would just be like, hell yeah, Ecuador's fired up. Ecuador's fired up, motherfuckers. And I'm like, that's good. Because like if you try to do a direct translation, right? Like obviously like arrecho means different things. Different things. Either way, none of those words are good for English. Like you gotta like in that context, like fired up, fierce, ready, they're better things to say than like angry or horny. Either one like is not good for fighting. It's not the right word. So he always picks the word that he thinks is best, which is tough. So I can't imagine doing that. So, anyways, I said all that to say, Giselle, that was an enormous amount of pressure to have to try to interpret that phrase for us. So don't worry. cloudy, cloudy pause. What does that mean? Colin, good night. Mike has to go. Mike, you the real conversation starter, dog. That's how I know the live's gonna die in the next 30 minutes. Rolando is gonna come back eventually. The accurate translation of what is I shove it up my ass? So if I hire you as an interpreter, we're gonna have to talk about your interpretations. it's the closest feeling. Oh my god, Giselle, you're crazy. All right, Mike. Thanks for being here, bro. So now it's just Phil, Giselle. Rolando's gonna come back eventually, maybe. How's there 6 people in here then? Who is it? Come out, wherever you are. Giselle, I owe you 25,000. I'm trying to interpret, translate. Well, oh, Felipe, you're still here. Felipe, you've been quiet, bro. You're just soaking up the English, just learning. Felipe, do you learn English from my lives? Do you ever learn like new words or ways to say stuff from watching this, or do you just enjoy watching it just to watch it? Because this is how it feels. Yeah, like I said, Giselle, that's why I don't want to be an interpreter. That's too much work. Trying to figure out what to say. I'm too slow to respond in English. No, you're not. Your English is good. Felipe, when you type in English, do you ever use a translator or do you just type it how you think it's supposed to be? Yeah, Giselle is the slow one, not you. Giselle's not actually slow in English. She just is slow on the live stream. I don't know why. I think like her stream is like 2 minutes behind or something. She's always super late. Sometimes I use a translator. Okay. If you had to rate your English on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate your English? No, if you had to rate your English comprehension, so like when you listen to me, you know, with 1 being 10%, 10 being 100%, where, how much of what I say do you understand? 8, 80%, 7, 70%, or what? The icon, 15. I'm kind of afraid to say something wrong. Nah, don't be afraid. It's normal, bro. You're speaking a different language. It's normal. Like, bro, I say so much stuff wrong in Spanish, but I don't care. I used to care. Now I don't care. because either they'll understand it or they won't understand it, and they'll say, "What are you talking about?" And then you realize you said something wrong, and you just say something else, and then you're like, "Oh, okay, this is what you're trying to say." Oh, okay, yeah, that. Listening 80%. That's good. That's good. That's a pretty high amount. I use a lot of weird words too, because I'm from the South. So there's some stuff I know. There's probably people in the United States that don't understand what I say either. Speaking 30%, that's normal, bro. That's super normal. Because you have to practice to get better at it. And you probably listen way more than you speak. So, and a lot of that is confidence as well. It's tough. But like I said, just remember that you're speaking in a totally different language. It's your second language. I think it's your second language. And so you can't have the same expectations that you would have for your first language. Because I don't know how old you are, Felipe. I think you're in your mid 20s, right? So you've been speaking Portuguese for 20 plus years, and you've been speaking English for I don't know how long, but it hasn't been that long, I'm sure. And so that's just a small fraction of the amount of time that you've been speaking Portuguese. So don't be hard on yourself. It's good. If you can understand me and you can type in the chat, you speak English, bro. Yuria Tiguita de la Rosa. Hola. Hello. Hola. Hello. Hello to you. What's up? When am I going to learn Russian? Never. No, Felipe, that's normal. That's super normal. You know what? I'm funny in English. I'm not as funny in Spanish. And I'm smart in English. I'm not as smart in Spanish. So sometimes I'm like, this person doesn't know how smart I am. Oh, stresses me out sometimes, man. I'm talking to someone and I'm like, bro, I could give them a whole lecture about this in English, but I can't in Spanish. Like I can tell them, but I can't tell them with the same precision that I can in English, or I can't do it like I don't have the same vocab. So it's just a little bit, just different, you know. People's personality change when they switch between languages. Yeah, that's very true. I am more talkative in Spanish than I am in English. Just I think just because I had to be, um, and of course, like I said, I'm obviously funnier in English, but I'm just a different person in Spanish. But I'm more friendly in Spanish, though. I think there's a whole book. Okay, WhatsApp me the name of the book so I don't forget, and I'll read it. Did you read it in English or did you read it in Spanish? Juliet came in and then she never said anything else. I just want to express myself in English like in Portuguese. Well, two things. One, that takes a lot of time, but you can do it. Two, you'll never do it unless you practice more. So you have to practice. Where are these people coming from? La Casuera official. What's up? Kirito Live. Hello, love from India. Hey, how's India? What part of India do you live in? Lessa Morris or Lisa? I don't know. For the day. What does for the day mean? What do you mean by that? What the? Who are these people? See, this happens randomly. Like randomly, people will just. I just get like a surge of people from a different country. Hello, host from the Philippines. Ah, okay, from the Philippines. I've never been to the Philippines, but I kind of want to go one day. Kirito Live says Bihar. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Don't subscribe. Well, thanks for subscribing. None of your business. You just say here, hi. Hi. Pacheco. Pacheco. Pacheco de FIFA. Ah, okay. Tienes un canal de FIFA, de fútbol. Ah, ya veo. YouTube scroll live chats, all different countries today. So what? You just go to different chats, or what? Eduardo. ¿Por qué dijiste eso? For a good morning. Okay, good morning to you, Lisa. I don't know if your name's Lessa or Lisa. I'm gonna guess it's Lisa. But good morning. What time is it where you live? No entendí ni verga, pero bueno, perdón. Buenas, Eduardo. Scroll up unless it's a glitch, but who cares? I like talking to random people. I can respect that. It's 10 p.m. where you live. That means you live on the East Coast. Where would you live? Give me a hint and I'll tell you where you live at. It's 11:16 a.m. I didn't know y'all were that far ahead. That's crazy. All right, Felipe. Thanks for dropping in. Hot South. Interesting. Florida. You live in Florida. Who the fuck are all these people? Giselle, this only happens when you're on. You're the common denominator here. Saludos, Eduardo. ¿De dónde eres? Marcelo. Yeah, Giselle, it's more than the Matrix. I don't know what this is. It's crazy. I think YouTube just picks a random person every night to just drop random people on. Because this only happens like once in a while. What part of Florida are you from? None of your business. I've only been to Florida a couple times. I used to go to Jacksonville a lot. Well, it was really like St. Augustine, but I would go to Jacksonville from St. Augustine sometimes. Just passing by. Enjoy your live stream. God bless. God bless you too. Have a good night. Stop drinking? No, I don't even know you. I'll drink my apple juice if I want to. You don't like apple juice? All over? That's suspicious. Where were you born? Let me ask you that. Are you from Florida or do you just live there? They felt I was ugly enough to get a boost. Respect. I always knew my ugliness would come in handy one day. God bless you, Christmas apple juice for the win. Salute. Apple juice is good. Nah, Giselle, les mentí. Estoy tomando vino. Raphael Gamer. Are you really a gamer, bro, or is that just your name? I'm Brazilian, okay? No falo português. Crunk juice. Lisa Morris, you can't tell me to stop. Who are you? Lisa? Is your name even Lisa or is it Lessa? I feel like I've never met anyone named Lessa, so it has to be Lisa. But that's it's a weird way to spell Lisa, to be honest. Unless you're from a different country. Where are you from, Lisa Morris? Tomorrow Martini Monday, and like that till 48th December. Perdón, pero me saludas, gracias, sorry. Pero te saludé. ¿Qué quiere que yo diga? Cesar. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me see where you're from. You might be Caesar. I don't know if you're Cesar or Caesar. Let me see. Oh, you look like you speak Spanish. So, Cesar GPS. Hello. It's festival. Yeah, I went to the little light show. Giselle, that was fun. I think my friend is gonna have plans for us on the 24th and New Year's. I don't know, maybe. You should come to Cali. Come visit. César, hola, ¿cómo estás? ¿De dónde eres? Alci, that sounds threatening. Yes, your name is Cesar in Spanish. In English, your name is Caesar. Peace. I none your business. Thanks for stopping in. I never figured out where you were exactly from in Florida, but salute. See ya. Stop calling your name? No. What are you gonna do about it, Lisa? Lisa, where are you from? Jingle bell, jingle all the way. So Giselle, you're not gonna come and visit or what? Spanish. She said, why did you randomly just type Spanish? Oh, you don't think he speaks English? No, he definitely doesn't. But I know sometimes people watch these streams to try to learn English. So if they try to speak English, then I try to speak English to them until they say like, oh, I don't know what she said. Like the guy that was in here earlier, Felipe, he's from Rio. He's from Rio in Brazil, and he is learning English, so he likes to watch my streams. We can talk to him on a laptop or cell phone. We can talk to him on a laptop or cell phone. Pero que me digas en español porque no te entiendo. Por favor. Why did you put a question mark? Giselle, I never know what you responded to. Yes, you are lost. you are you are very lost. I don't know where you're at in the stream, so I don't know what you're lost about. I think I got a good 20 minutes left in me. 10:45. You're gonna get out of here because that'll be 2 hours. Who's still in the chat? Who is still in the chat that speaks English? We got. She said, yeah, everyone is talking random. It is very random in the chat. But I think all the random people left, to be honest. Because they really just come in and they say like two things and then they leave. I think they're just like wondering if you'll respond to them. Rolando's here. Okay. We got Giselle, we got Rolando, we got Phil. That's the main crew right there. We good. Cesar, ¿estás o no? Philip. Lilip. Phil, come through, bro. Come visit. We could lift some weights, bro. And why didn't you go to my granny's birthday party, dog? That's crazy. It was her 70th. And you was right there and you didn't go. Insane. Happy birthday, brother. And assalamu alaikum. No, it's not my birthday. Pero alaikum assalam. Yeah. Yeah. My birthday's in April. My dad said you don't bench enough. Yeah. That's true. I didn't invite you. I should have invited you just to make the party more lit. Obviously, I was supposed to be here, but I was supposed to be there, but I didn't go. So my mom probably hates me right now. Giselle, Phil is from Texas, and Rolando's from Texas too, but they're from different parts in Texas. Jingle bell, jingle bell. Phil is where from. He's from where I'm from. He's from Killeen. Home of the kill, land of the lean. Rolando is Mexican. Oh, but he's not from Mexico though. See, the United States is different because we call people Mexicans. We call people Mexicans when they're not from Mexico. He is Mexican, but he's not from Mexico. Tender the care of the kin, my brother. Don't doubt yourself. Forgiveness comes a long way. All right, when I said my mom hates me, that was like me being super dramatic. My mom doesn't hate me. I love my mom to death, and she loves me as well. I already signed up for my next two races. When are they? Everyone is from Mexico, basically. But yeah, I mean, Giselle, I think we talked about this before, but oh my God, what happened to my screen? Oh, okay. Um, yeah, race relations in America, super weird. You know, everyone here is just Colombian, right? You could say like, oh, my dad's from here, whatever. But in America, if you're not white, then you're something. So if your grandparents are from Mexico, then oh, you're Mexican American. But they'll just say you're Mexican though. Like, oh, you're Mexican. Oh, okay. Even if you're American. When I say I'm from Colombia, people say, oh, tacos, all that. You know what's funny? Y'all don't be fucking eating tacos here. Yo, Rolando, if you're listening, there's no fucking Mexican food here, bro. Like it exists, it's just garbage. It's trash. It's like nah. I might as well say that shit doesn't exist, bro. Like it's bad, bro. It's bad. Really, really bad. Like horrible. Like to the point where I'm like, the people that prepared this food cannot be Mexican. Like they can't be. It must be like their grandparents were from Mexico or something. I don't know. But it could be like the most Mexican sounding restaurant ever. That shit could say like, I don't know. Mexican food is the only way. I'm not gonna lie, Mexican food's fire, bro. Like I'm I'm pretty objective about stuff. And I think Mexican food to me is very good. And the Mexican food here sucks. I think overall Mexico has better food. Happy anniversary. I wish I was married too. Thank you. Appreciate it, Shirley. Finished the exam. What's my opinion on yoga as a trainer? I like yoga. I do yoga sometimes. What I don't do anymore is hot Pilates. See, she's already laughing because she knew what I was going to say. I got traumatized by hot Pilates. If you want to know the story, I'll tell you. It was horrible. Whew. Eat what's been provided. We've been eating processed meat and vegetable not. Yeah, I mean, I'm in a place right now where this stuff's not processed. So, all right, Mike. I'm gonna tell you what happened, bro. Do I think Mexican food is the best of all cultures? Uh, it's up there. I'm not really like a number one, number two, number three type guy. I would just have a list of things that belong at the top. So Mexican food is definitely up there. But I like spicy food too. They don't really fuck with spicy food here, which is the problem. Like the things that they consider spicy are not spicy at all. So they would never be eating Mexican food that's actually spicy. Because they would die. uh, all right, Mike, I'll tell you the story, but give me 30 seconds. I'm going to refill my apple juice. Okay. What was her name? Linda? Okay. This was, when would you say this was? 2019? Don't matter. It don't matter. This is before we got married. Axel was like, hey, you want to do some hot Pilates Sunday morning type shit? I'm like, yeah, that'll be cool. That'll be a good, yeah, exactly. I remember her name. It was bad, bro. Exactly, dog. I was like, yeah, that'd be cool. Recovery day type shit. I love yoga. I love Pilates. I love the sauna. I'm like, oh, hot Pilates. That's dope. Was she? She was Korean.
No, she's Mexican.
Ah, she was Mexican. My bad. Check this out, bro. We pull up to the hot Pilates joint. She's been on vacation or some shit, so this is her first day back in a minute, dog. And like, I don't know her, bro. I didn't say a single word to her. And she was like, don't think this is gonna be easy just because you got muscles and you got an 8 pack or some shit like that. And I'm like, what the? I didn't say anything. Like, I literally didn't say one word. And I was like, nah, I don't think that. I came here to do what everybody else is doing. Bro, we get up in that shit. I feel like there was like no warm up, nothing. Like, we just started going hard in a motherfucker, bro. And I'm like, I am muscular, but I didn't even take my shirt off, bro. I left my shirt on like this in a sweaty ass hot yoga place. Every other dude had their shirt off and shit. I'm like, bro, I clearly rubbed her the wrong way. I don't want to get shirtless up in here. Man, we doing moves and shit. She's walking up to me like, no, you're not doing it right. You need to do this, do that. I'm like, bro, my shit cramping, bro. I'm about to like rip my shit open, bro. Like, I literally can't do that. Like, I've been holding this shit for too long. She's like, whatever. She walks away. She just keeps walking back to me, correcting me. I'm like, okay, like, I don't do Pilates, so yeah, I'm doing everything wrong, whatever. And then like she'll just be at the front and she'll be like, all of that 8 pack stuff, that stuff does not matter because blah blah blah. And I just be like, bro, what did I do? Like, I don't understand. Bro, no word of a lie. At the end of this shit, bro, she got in a handstand and started doing handstand push-ups, like flexing, bro. Like, just talking mad shit about how muscles don't mean anything if you can't do this, that, and the other. And I was just like, bro, what the fuck? Got done with that shit, bro. My abs was hella locked up. I couldn't even stand up all the way straight and shit. And then I just remember when we got outside, everyone was like, damn, like, did she have a bad vacation or what? Like, we've never gone that hard before. And I was like, so I'm not even imagining stuff, bro. She was really fucked everybody else up just to go hard on me, bro. Just like, I literally didn't say a single fucking word, bro. I don't even talk like that. Like, I walked in, did this shit, left. I was just like, I'm never gonna do hot Pilates again. And I haven't. That day was it was the first and the last time I ever did hot Pilates. So fuck Linda. All my homies hate Linda. I don't know why she did me like that, bro. Yeah, see, like, no, this wasn't in Mexico. This was in fucking Washington. Like, the craziest thing was she was jacked, bro. Like, Linda was jacked, right? She's hella jacked. Like, if you saw her, you'd be like, damn, did she do bodybuilding or some shit? Like, I'm talking about, like, no fat on her body, hella ripped, just a jacked little lady. So I really didn't understand why, like, why I made her feel some kind of way. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, this shit was weird. Uh, do I find that I intimidate people? I think my face intimidates people more than anything else. Cause I'm like if I'm not doing something like this, like, I have like a real dead face. If I was a girl, they'd say rest in bitch face, right? But wait, you didn't tell me she said that.
Tell you.
So that's what I'm saying. See, she did it on purpose, bro. She was really trying to, like, what was the point of that, bro? Like, anyways, yeah, I think my face intimidates people because, like, I don't just be smiling for no reason. So when I'm not talking, my face is hella stern. And like when I was a trainer, well, I'm still a trainer, but at the gyms that I've been a trainer at, when people finally talk to me, they're like, "Yo, you're like the nicest dude in the world. Like I thought you were like an asshole because of the way you look and the way you walk and blah blah blah." Like, bro, I've been called like legit names before. This one dude who I ended up helping a lot. If Dakota was in here, he could vouch for me. But there's actually a dude named Caesar at my gym. And this dude called me arrogant, bro. Never talked to me a day in his life. But his trainer was someone that was my client. I trained this dude and he became a trainer after being my client and he looked to me for advice. And so he was like telling him like, "Oh, like your problem, like Jalen probably could figure it out." And dude was like, "Nah, that dude's arrogant, man. Like he blah blah blah." And like so Dakota told me, and I'm like, "How can you call me arrogant? We've never talked one time. I never did anything to this dude before." And he was like, "I don't know, bro. He just said you're super cocky and blah blah blah." And I'm like, "But like based on what though? Like what makes me cocky if I don't talk? Like I don't talk. I just go in and work out. I train my clients, whatever." Anyways, one day, eventually, Dakota was just like, "Bro, like you gotta go talk to him. Like we can't figure this problem out. Just go talk to him." He came and talked to me, and he's like, he said something to, like he gave me this whole approach. Like I know you're super busy and you probably don't got time to help me with this, but Dakota said I should come ask you and blah blah. And I'm like, nah, like I'm free right now. Like let's talk about it. Sat down, talked to him, figured out his problem in not that long of a time frame. And I was like, yeah, do this, do this, do this. If you want, you can take my number. If you can't remember anything, like just text me and I'll remind you of blah blah blah. And like I saw him again like a week later. He's like, bro, my back feels so much better. I got back under the barbell. I squatted this and my knees don't hurt. And then he was like, sorry, man. Like that was like great advice. I thought you were like super arrogant before because I never talked to you and shit. And I literally like said it to him too. I'm like, but how did you think I was arrogant if you never talked to me? And then like I don't even remember what his response was, bro. It was some dumb shit like, oh well, like you walk past people like without saying what's up to them, like you look past them and stuff. I'm like, bro, I don't fucking know you, bro. I'm not about to like say hi to every single person. Like I work in a gym, bro. I walk past 100 people in 3 hours, bro. Like if I recognize you, we've talked before, of course I'll say what's up. I literally never talked to the dude before, bro. I didn't know he existed, to be honest. Like, yeah, minding your business equals arrogant for insecure people. 100%. And like, it's crazy because like, everyone, I think this is like a 9 out of 10 thing. People that have resting bitch face or people that look intimidating, 9 out of 10 times they're the softest people, bro. Like, if anyone knows me, you would just laugh in someone's face if they said I was intimidating or like they were scared to come up and talk to me. Because I would never like if someone came up and talked to me, I would never be like, oh, I don't have time to talk to you. But I might be going somewhere and I'd be like, hold on, okay, I'll answer this question and then I gotta go. Because that's the type of person I am. But people really look at me and they think like, this dude, whatever, whatever. So that happens a lot, but there's really nothing I can do about it. Being black on top of that doesn't help, because we got stereotypes about us. Uh, I think black women have it worse, to be honest. I used to work with this girl named Kelly when I worked at Bucky's. Literally one of the nice people I've ever met in my life. Kevin, hola, ¿cómo estás? One of the nicest people I ever met in my life. Never seen her get angry, anything like that before, bro. I worked with her like 6 months. Somebody said something rude to her, one of her coworkers. She said something back. Bro, the whole staff was like, oh, God, Kelly is so angry all the time and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, bro, what are y'all talking about? Like, what are you saying? Like, she literally smiles all day, like going out of her way to be super nice to people. But like when you're black, bro, you got one time to get angry, bro, and then you're just an angry person. You got anger problems, you got attitude problems, you don't work well in teams and shit. And like some people will tell you that shit doesn't exist, but it does. It really does. You got one time to fuck up, and then yeah, Mike, you're she's one of those black people. He's one of those black people. He doesn't know how to control his emotions. Like so, some stuff you just deal with. I'm not like a whiner, you know what I mean? Like racism exists, these type of things exist, but I don't think they're gonna change. So I don't cry about them. I'm just like I gotta work 2 times harder, and it just is what it is. I make it a point to smile. Exactly, exactly. No, pero Kevin tiene que aprender inglés. Uf, no, español no. Tiene que aprender inglés. Estamos hablando en inglés. ¿De dónde eres? Giselle says when I teach. Giselle, you leave the most fragmented comments ever. And I enter the room for the first time. I think you like build intention. We're like, oh, what happens? What happens when she enters the room? I see students literally shaking. I don't know what you're doing. So you on some crazy shit if they shaking. I don't think that happens to me. That's how. Okay. Pero cuál parte? You're like 5 feet tall, shorty. Is it bad that racism doesn't bother me unless it applies to me making money? Outside of that, I legit don't care. Um, nah, bro. That's kind of how I am. Like, that's why I've never been like super activist. I'm just like, bro, it should exist. Like, I don't really care. I don't really care if my neighbor hates black people. Don't fucking talk to me, bro. As long as, like you said, as long as you're not stopping me from getting to work and you're not touching my family, keep your thoughts. You know what I mean? Be whoever you want to be. Uh, I don't care. I just don't care. I think I think my parents did a good job of teaching me that there are some things that we cannot change. Uh, Sometimes I don't be want to put my pops on blast, but like my pops straight up, he be like, bro, I don't talk to white people about racism. Like we're like he literally says that, bro. And if white people ask him about racism, he literally just be like, nah, bro, we're not talking about this. Because it's like, bro, we're about to have a conversation and the world's not gonna change. You know what I mean? You're probably not gonna change. And so, like, what are we doing here? Like, if you're not racist, we're talking for no reason. If you are racist, we're probably talking for no reason as well. It's cool. Live your life. I'm gonna live my life. Whatever. I bet if we were sitting at a table waiting for food and not talking, they think we're pissed at each other. Probably. Probably. Pero Kevin, ¿cuál parte? El Salvador es un país. ¿Cuál ciudad? ¿Cuál barrio? Todo eso. They say I'm too serious or that I look like I'm too strict. Yeah. Like I said, that's just life. What Latin American country could you never go to? Mm, I think I would go anywhere. I think I'm less likely to go to places that have few black people. And I think there's some places that just don't interest me outside of like factual information. Like Paraguay interests me because Giselle, Israel is not a Latin American country. I don't think she read that full question. Yeah, but Paraguay like interests me in the fact like that they speak so much of their indigenous language there, but nothing makes me want to go there. Like there's nothing where I'm like, oh, I would like to go see that in person or something like that, right? Uh, so probably a country like that. I would actually go to Argentina, as weird as it is. I think they have like some good architecture and shit. ¿Por qué no hablas español? Porque todo el chat no habla español. Kevin. Sorry, Kevin. Lo siento. Qué pena. Pero me puedes hablar en español y te respondo. Israel though, but yeah. Israel, I wouldn't have gone there in the first place, to be honest. But that's just me. I'm not a very Christian man. Like my best friend, like really wanted to go to Israel at one point. Like he wanted to go see like some wall there or some shit. And he would be like, "Bro, you don't want to go see? I don't even know what it is." And I was just like, "Nah, not really." And he's like, "But bro, this is the thing from the religious book." And I'm like, "Yeah, I feel you, but I ain't. It doesn't appeal to me." You want to go to Morocco? Morocco, I could see that. That's dope. Portugal. I know lots of people that go to Portugal. Lots of people in the UK take vacations there. It's a lot easier for them to go there than it is for us. I don't know about Iceland. I don't know about Iceland. Giselle, have you ever seen the food in Iceland? Like some of the weird dishes they have? Ok, Kevin, te tengo una pregunta. No te vayas. I love photography. Nigeria, but tengo miedo. Japan also. Mike, I don't even know what that is. Dokoni Imaska. I feel uncultured right now. My son's dad is Nigerian. Means where are you in Japanese? Ah. Japanese is interesting, man. Okay, Kevin, ¿a cuál país te gustaría viajar? Jalen, which would be worse? Walking through a Nigerian slum where they all know that you are fresh from North America, or walking through the hoods of South Central? The hoods of Cali or the south side of Chicago? Okay, those are two separate questions, so let me think. The thing is, I don't know enough about Nigeria to know how much danger I will be in, but I feel like I'm about to say something. If I was white, I would feel like it would be racist what I'm about to say. A Corea. Ok, pero dime más. Hay otros países, ¿no? ¿Y por qué Corea? Um, yeah, I don't know enough about Nigeria to know how much danger I will be in. I do know it's rough, but I feel like in America, I'm smart enough and manipulative enough to talk my way out of some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really feel like I could convince them to not harm me. But if you don't speak a language, I feel like you're just cooked, bro. Like you're done. Like if they want you, they want you, and like you ain't gonna be able to talk your way out of it. So now we go to the next one: Hoods of Cali or the South Side of Chicago. Ugh. On this one, I will pick the Hoods of Cali, even though they're worse. I would say I got something interesting going on because I could speak English, right? They would know I'm not from here, and I might be able to, hey, like, bro, don't kill me, because I could maybe do this and that and that. Or they might just be like genuinely interested, like, oh, what the fuck you doing here, bro? But in Chicago, though, I feel like I couldn't even talk my way. I couldn't even talk my way out of Chicago, bro. Porque es bonito. Pero tú hablas español. La gente no te va a entender, bro. ¿Cómo se dice? Picó. Mm, no, no sé, necesito más contexto porque podrías decir muchas cosas. Sin acento es beak. Exacto, por eso dije que necesito más contexto. Last one, I put you in a cartel, cartel run Mexican neighborhood. Most of Mexico isn't like this, just saying. Or in East St. Louis. I ain't gonna lie, bro. The cartel scares me, bro. Scares me, bro. You know what's crazy, bro? Like, the closer we get to the south, the more comfortable I feel in the hood. Because, uh, like you said, LA, hey, where you from? You already dead at that point, bro. In the South, though, I feel like I can maneuver. You know what I mean? Like, the South is different, bro. The South be poor, it be hood, but dudes really don't. I'm not saying they don't, but it's unlikely that you're gonna get killed for no reason. You could be in the wrong hood and somebody's be like, bro, you know where you at, bro? And you could just be like, nah, I got lost. Bro, you in the wrong spot. You might want to get up out of here. That's probably not gonna happen in LA. You know what I mean? You in the wrong hood, you might just get killed, bro. So even though I never been to St. Louis, she has. She been to St. Louis. She went to college near out there. Even though I never been to St. Louis, I'll feel more comfortable in the hood there than I would feel in Chicago or LA. I feel like I could maneuver my way out. I feel like I could be like, bro, I ain't know nothing like that, bro. I'm here for whatever reason. I don't know why I'm there, but I feel like you could talk your way out in the South. Even like my dad's side of the family, they from Baton Rouge in New Orleans. Like I used to be out there as a kid, and it didn't like you knew it was poor, but it didn't feel dangerous like that. It didn't feel like someone was just gonna run up and rob you or something like that. Like it's just poor. The few times I've been to Cali, it didn't have the same vibes. I was just like, bro, I feel mad unsafe, bro. Like very unsafe. I never been to Chicago, so I only got other people's stories. But yeah, whenever I don't know somewhere, when I'm unfamiliar, that's when I feel most vulnerable. You know what I mean? Even when I first touched down here, like because it's so different, I was like, I can't tell. I can't tell if I'm in a bad area right now. I can't tell if the people are dangerous. I can't feel the vibes. I got a way better handle of it now. Um, because I've been here for a couple months. And I'm like, okay, like this is bad, this isn't bad, or I can tell like no one has their phone out right now. Like they don't they don't feel comfortable taking their phones out. So maybe I won't either. But if I see everyone using their phones, there's people like head down in their phone. I'm like, okay, they feel safe enough to do that, and it's like hella people doing that. Okay, like we ain't in that kind of an area where they really think they're gonna get their shit snatched. So I'm learning a little bit. What's one very expensive thing that you think is overrated? I think a lot of expensive things are overrated, man. Like I'm not a jewelry dude. Like I've never had my ears pierced ever. I don't wear watches. Every once in a while I have a little chain, but like since I moved here I don't wear that. So I always think like jewelry in general. I'm like I get the point of it. I'm not saying I don't wear jewelry, but I'm like what like a $500,000 watch. Like, what's the point of that, bro? Like, and I don't want to talk too much shit on it because, like, what if I get rich one day and I start wearing $500,000 Rollies? Somebody's gonna pull this chat up and be like, "Yo, this dude was talking all this shit about Rollies. Now he's wearing it." I just don't get it. Hey, especially when they flex the price. They're like, "Yeah, this one, this was 2 million." I'm like, that should look like a watch that's $200. Like, I don't know the difference. So to me, I'm kind of like, what's the point? You know what I mean? Other things, uh, I think I agree with you said on the makeup thing. I'm not a huge fan of makeup, but I'm also a dude, a cisgender dude that doesn't wear makeup. So I don't really get it. I don't really care one way or the other about it, but I don't get it. Like I don't ever tell my wife like, "Oh, don't put on makeup," but I do say like, "I don't understand that shit." I be telling her like, "Yeah, if you don't wear makeup, like you you look fine to me, or better even." But like, it's not something that I'm gonna be like, "Why are you wearing that? Like, you should wipe that off right now," or something like that. If she likes makeup, if she wants to buy makeup with her money and do her face with it, that's cool. It's not my life. What else? I can't think of anything else I think is overrated that's expensive. What about you, Mike? Everyone promotes expensive makeup, but we just look so fake. Yeah, I mean that's just the way of the world. Girls and their birthday makeup, that shit is insane, man. You know what? I get chats on the laptop that I don't get on my phone. That's weird. So this capitalism comment never showed up on my phone, but I see it over here. I wonder how many other ones I missed. I have no issues with capitalism, but it legit has a control on our minds. Bragging about spending money on something is tough. Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons that I wanted to move down here, bro. And it's one of the things that I actually like. Like, I've never been like a super name brand person, anyways, but I really think it's cool that here, bro, like, bro, I have shoes. Like, these shits, I have no idea what these are, bro. I would have probably never worn these in the States because I just wouldn't have. Because, like, I'm not, like I said, I've never been a name brand dude. So I can't tell you the last time I bought some Jordans or something. But I'm still just like, I'm not buying no Kmart shoes. I'm not buying no Walmart shoes. Like, just because I'm just not. But here, you can wear whatever you want, dog. Like, it's not the same culture. And so I think that's super interesting, bro. Like, I just step out in some shirt that I don't know the brand of. I don't know the brand of my shoes, bro. I don't know the brand of my jeans. And I'm just like, this is lit. Like, no one's looking at me like, bro, I got on Kmart shoes. They're just like, whatever. Like, you got on the outfit just like everybody else. So yeah, the capitalism shit definitely affects our lives big time in America. Like, you can't have low quality shit. You can't live in a busted ass apartment. You can't have a busted ass car. People would rather live in debt than have nice things, than have money and have busted shit. Like, if your car gets you to work and back, who cares if that shit's not a Benz? But people are like, nah, bro, I can't be riding in this shit. Nah, this shit's ugly. This shit, the tires are all different, whatever.
You always gave me shit about my car.
That's literally my point right now. That's what I said. In America, that's how life is. Whereas, like, here, I'd be like, damn, everybody got these shitty ass, small ass go karts they be riding in, basically. Like, it's just different. Kevin, hola otra vez. Ha regresado. Freedom from that game is showing off. Yeah, well, that's what I was just telling her. Like, that's what I'm saying. That's the American way of life right there. The shit that I wear here, bro, I would have never wore that shit in the United States. Especially if I knew there was black people around. Even, and this is a little bit different. Even sometimes I step out now and, like, bro, I'm from Texas. I don't know exactly what it's like in Georgia, but, like, in Texas, you gotta have the starched down jeans. You gotta have your shirt ironed, bro. Like, I would never step out with a wrinkle in my shirt. Now, I'd be like, this is good enough. There's very few wrinkles in this. Because I'm like, bro, people be fucking wearing anything out here. Like, no one's gonna be like, oh, his shirt's not perfectly ironed. But they would in Texas, though. Especially black people. They're like, well, fucking, did you iron your jeans, bro? Ok, so, habla español. Está bien. Kevin, ¿qué horas son? Giselle, you getting old. But see you next time. And remember, I owe you $25K. I'll never forget that. So, if you need me for something, let me know, and I can pay off my $25K. Super fancy restaurants when a Mexican food truck down the street tastes better. Facts. Name brand clothes where the quality isn't better. And that's the thing. Sometimes when you pay more, the quality really is better. But like you said, if it's just the fact that it's a name brand, but it doesn't make the quality better, it's worthless. It's stupid. That's the worst part about living in Plano. Half the city rich as hell and I don't belong. Yeah, that sucks, bro. I think that's the I guess maybe this could be a fully American experience, but obviously I'm black, so I'm gonna speak from a black perspective. I think that's one of the toughest things about being black in America is that like blackness is associated with fucking poverty and all kinds of other shit, bro. And because of that, when you don't live in poverty, you live with white people, or you live with people that are surrounded by white people, and you don't ever fit in with those white people, but you ain't poor. You ain't gonna go chill in the hood. You ain't gonna do none of that shit. And you just find yourself in a weird place, bro. Just a super weird place. And then you think about losing your culture and shit too, bro. And you're like, what is my culture, bro? I don't know, but I'm not trying to like end up whitewashed. You know what I mean? I don't want my kids to be whitewashed. But at the same time, it's like, is the shit that I think of as blackness, is it all associated with poverty? Like, what is my blackness besides my skin? Sometimes I don't know. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I feel like, is this just, am I just saying this because, like, I'm just saying it to say it, or is it real? You know what I mean? It's a little complex. I think having kids is gonna be really weird. I can say that for sure. It's one of the unique things about Atlanta. I could take you through neighborhoods and you'd be shocked to know that all the property owners are black. I didn't know blackness was associated with poverty until I became an adult and left Atlanta. Yeah. Yeah, no, you're right. Because my auntie, so I used to visit my auntie. She lives in Lawrenceville. I might have told you that before. She lived like right next door to the dude that made Jump, Crisscross. Like, she literally lives right next door to him. She's rich. She's a fucking interior designer. So I used to visit her in the summers, and I used to be like, damn, like everyone in this neighborhood is black. That's crazy. Like I didn't know black people. I didn't know black people could have money like this, especially more than one. You know what I mean? Like you kind of grow up thinking like you could be that one black person that gets away from everything else and blah blah blah. Like even my parents make money. Our neighborhood's white, bro. We don't got no black people in our neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? So going to visit my auntie and seeing a whole neighborhood of black people and like they're millionaires, I'm like, oh, that's crazy. Like, but that is very uniquely Atlanta, Georgia, bro, or DC. But it's like we got black cities, but it's not a normal thing throughout the United States. Literally, yeah, literally a different world, bro. Totally different. Uh Edison, a quarter black, but looking like me, gonna be tough to navigate. Yeah, man, kids. I think I talked about this on here before. Race relations in America are weird already. And the more we mix with other cultures, it gets weirder, bro. Like my kids are gonna be, I don't know what they're gonna look like, but they're gonna have a black dad, a mom that's Guatemalan and Mexican, and they're gonna be from America. That's weird. How will I keep them updated on blackness and keep them updated on Spanish? And oh yeah, you got history from Guatemala. You got history from Mexico. I feel like you can't even keep up with all that shit, bro. Like you gonna lean into one culture and the other ones are gonna take the back burner and they're just gonna call you a traitor. Like that's just what it is. So that's tough. And their kids are gonna get fucked over even worse, bro. Cause like let's say that they don't take to the blackness, right? I can't give them all that blackness. What if we don't live in a black neighborhood? So I'm the only blackness they have. And if their kids are dark, people are gonna be like, how are you black and you don't know shit about black people, bro? You know what I mean? So it gets weird. Dave Chappelle said my parents made just enough to grow up poor around white people. Hey, that's really happy. I watched this video one time, and it was like a video where it's like 5 or 6 Latinos in a chat, a virtual chat, and they have to figure out who isn't Latino, right? And so it's 6 people, and they're like telling each other stories and stuff, and so they go through a round where they're like, what's your favorite food from your country, stuff like that. And one of the girls that stood out to me was Korean. Her descent was Korean, so both of her parents were born in Korea, moved to Argentina, so she straight up and down looks Korean as possible, bro. But she doesn't speak Korean. She speaks Spanish. She speaks Argentinian Spanish and English. And I was just like, bro, if she moved to the United States and had a kid, that kid would be so fucked up because he's gonna be like, I'm Argentinian. My mom's Argentinian. Like, she knows Korean food and stuff because her parents are Korean. She's gonna teach her kids stuff about Argentina. Like, she literally said, I'm Latina, like, because she was born and raised in Argentina. She speaks Spanish. So all of her memories and shit, she's like, oh yeah, in Argentina we do this at Christmas. We do this with our food. Our steak is the best. So that kid is gonna tell people, if he's born in the United States, let's pretend. He's gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm Argentinian. My family's Argentinian. And they're gonna be like, you're Asian. Like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, you straight up look 100% Korean. And that's weird. That's weird to navigate. I don't know how you navigate something like that. You have to be active in that process. If not, they can struggle with identity. I think if you instill pride in both sides, they should be fine. Yeah, I know. I agree. I think it's probably easier said than done for sure. Um, and like I said, especially as time goes on, people start gatekeeping harder because, like I said, it's getting weirder out there. When we grew up, like, there was black people, there was white people, and there was mixed people that we just took in. We're just like, hey, you're black. Like, white people don't accept you, bro. Like, you got black in your blood. You're one of us. Now, random people are saying they're black. So black people are starting to be like, yo, all right, just because you mixed don't mean you're black. Like, we need to pull this line back a little bit, bro, because I can't even tell where you're from. I can't tell if you got a black parent. I can't tell if you Vietnamese and you just saying your granddad's black or whatever. So it's getting different, and people are starting to gatekeep, which is whatever. I don't think gatekeeping is a bad thing, but if you got like 3 different cultures in your blood, and someone's like, man, you don't know this, you don't know this, you don't know this, you're not one of us, bro. You can have pride in that culture, but if everyone from that culture is telling you you don't know anything about us, you're not really one of us, it's still gonna fuck you up, bro. I think, personally. I remember, so my family in Louisiana is country, bro. Like, country. Like, buck heads on the wall and shit. The bucks that they hunted and killed, like, put them on the walls. Country, dog. And even my mom's side, actually both of them. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in different places, so I have a different accent than everyone in my family. And every time I'll visit them, they'll be like, "Oh, he talks so proper. Oh, like he think he better than us. He educated." And I just be like, "Bro, I don't even know what you're talking about. Like, I'm just talking, bro. This is just how I talk, bro." And I just feel so isolated, bro, because all my cousins were from there. All my cousins were from there. They grew up there. They spoke like them. And they would tell me like everyone didn't say you're white, but they'll be like, ooh, he not from here. He don't talk like us. He blah blah. He think he blah blah blah. And I just feel like, bro, I'm 7 years old, bro. I just want to kick you. I just want to have fun. I just want to play the sport y'all are playing or whatever. And they'll be talking about how I talk, and I just be like, bro, I'm about to walk away, bro. Like, you know what I mean? So it's real easy to feel isolated, even if you had pride going into the situation. Like, my parents are hella pro black, bro, and I still would get to my family reunions and shit. I'd be like, bro, I feel like I'm not a part of this family, bro, because like they just literally just sitting around talking about how I talk, bro. I'm trying to fucking hug people and shit, and they telling me I sound like I was raised in the fucking richest part of the state and shit. I'm like, bro, this is how I get treated. And they wonder why I don't talk to them motherfuckers now. They be like, you never call us. I be like, bro, I'm still thinking about how y'all called me white when I was 7, bro. Facts. So, like I said, I don't know. It's gonna be tough to navigate for my kids. Maybe. They might come out super black. Then they could just say they're black. They're just black people that speak Spanish. But I don't know. And on that same note, kind of how we were talking about we don't care about racism earlier, you know, one controversial opinion that I have since it's late at night and there's not this many people in the chat. I don't really care when white people say like they're trying to preserve their race and shit. That shit doesn't bother me at all. People get mad offended about that. But I'd be like, I feel you, bro. Like self-preservation is a supernatural thing. Like it really is. And even as human beings, like we gravitate to people that look like us and act like us and whatever. So when white people are thinking about like all these minorities mixing and like wiping them off the planet, I'm like, I feel what you're saying. I'm not gonna like necessarily support you because I'm not white. I don't care. But I actually feel what they're saying though. They're like, yeah, bro, in like 50 years, y'all not gonna exist, bro. Like for real, for real. And so white people want to get with white people. I'm like, yeah, go ahead, do your thing, bro. That's probably gonna be easier for your kids too. Like I just said, being a biracial kid is not like the easiest thing in the world. So like if you can just stick to one culture, I'm sure your life is gonna be easier, bro. Like so yeah, people get super offended about like white pride stuff, and I'm like, I just don't care that much. Hey, my guy, bro. Hey, actually remind me, bro. Tonight or tomorrow morning, I went to pro fights yesterday and today, and I've recorded everything on my phone, and so I can show you some funny clips. One dude took a dive, and he was not a good actor, bro. Like it was horrible. I gotta show you that clip. But that's why people come to Colombia to fight, to pad their record and fight people that don't really want to fight. These dudes, they're living in poverty, and so if you're gonna give them $200 to fight, they're gonna come here, take one punch, and fall on the ground and cry and act like they can't stand up. And they got $200 to feed their family. So that's what people come here to fight. So they can be 20-0, and they can get a big TV fight and get a paycheck for real. That's super common. But I recorded everything, and it's hilarious, dog. Yeah, remind me tomorrow, bro. I got so many videos on my phone. Like literally fights that ended in one punch, bro. And not even a hard punch. Like dude's just like jab, and the dude's just like and just like rolls around on the ground. He's like, no, 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 and then it's like, okay, the fight's over. And I'm just like, dog, you could have fought back a little bit or something, bro. Hey, yo, Mike, I meant to ask you when you were talking to Giselle, what exam did you take, bro? What did you get an 80% on? I forgot to ask. Cause you really did take that shit fast, bro. So I'm wondering what it was. Yo, what's crazy is when I started doing these lives, I was like, I don't really know how this is gonna work out. But now I'm pretty consistent, man. And people really tap in. Oh, Mike, you know what? Are you still here, bro? Because I literally, when I started this live, I opened YouTube up to open the chat. And I see your channel. And I saw you interview Bob, bro. You didn't even tell me you interviewed him, bro. I'm interested to watch that. Because you would have talked to him uh, later in his Spanish journey than I did. I did a video on for his channel. I should do a video for my channel, actually. But I talked to him like a month ago, maybe. So I'm sure, since he's living in Argentina, that his Spanish has gotten even better since then. Phil, what you on, bro? Is it 10:25 in Texas right now? I can't believe the poll got 109 votes. There was definitely not 109 people in here. So that means people just click, vote, leave. Kind of interested to see what it says about how many people watch this afterwards. You're watching this. You're watching some gardening videos. That's the nerdiest shit I ever heard. What did you? All right. What did you learn from the last gardening video you watched? I really don't know shit about gardening. The craziest thing is the amount of people that voted yes that they gave the video a like, but that's just not true because there's like 7 likes on that hoe, and there's 109.
What are you doing?
Huh?
Talking.
Uh, lame as fuck. All right, the chat died down. This might be my chance to escape. Trying to see how I can get away with a fruit tree without digging into the ground. How you gonna have a tree without digging into the ground, bro? What does that even mean? That doesn't sound real. I think Mike left. Brandon just popped in. I think it's just me and you, Phil. So we're gonna give it 2 more minutes. We're gonna get off at 11:30. So you can tell me more about how you're a fruit. I mean, how you have a fruit tree.
Hey, what are you doing?
Okay, fair. We're still learning. That's real. My boy always learning. Student of life. Yo, I really be wondering what people did before YouTube, bro. I be YouTubing everything. Like, I'm like, damn, the AC don't work. I look at the name of the AC and I type that shit on YouTube. Like, this AC is not blowing cold air, and it's like some dude that's like, if your fucking Philips AC is not blowing air cold, click this button and start it over. And I'm like, damn, thanks, bro. Every once in a while, I'll be thinking about making random videos. Like when I figure something out, I'm like, I should make this video because like 200 other people are gonna search this shit. Yeah, you gotta go to the library. Or motherfuckers had encyclopedias. I remember my mom brought me an encyclopedia, bro. I look up random shit. Like I used to have a book called Oh Yuck, and it was a book of like nasty facts about bugs and bodily fluids and shit like that. You can have like an 80-gallon pot. You just have a smaller tree, but the mobility of the pot is what's the problem. Bro, just dig a hole. I feel like all Mexicans are technically super whitewashed since they speak Spanish and are Roman Catholic. It's watered down Spaniard cultures. I can't really speak on that because I'm not Roman Catholic or Mexican, so I'm a little out of my depth there, bro. I think I have a little bit of a different definition of whitewash, being black, but I feel what you're saying for sure. I think you're automatically whitewashed by being Mexican in America. I think that's the bigger thing. But yeah, that's true. I saw the weirdest fucking tweet today, bro. I saw a dude like he posted a video of some German dude like eating fruits in South America, and he was like, the German fascination is the German fascination with Caribbean fruits is so cute or some shit like that. He's like, can you imagine if the Dutch or the Germans colonized the Americas instead of Spaniards? And he said some shit like it would have been way nicer or something. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? Like colonization is never nice. Like it is what it is. You can look at fucking South Africa and see how the Dutch colonized shit. Like it's not. No, like no, like motherfuckers would have just been named like France and fucking Gerald or some shit. What? Someone tell me a German name. France and whatever, some German shit. But motherfuckers, it would have still been the same shit that's going on today. So that's just what happens. My mom got a Britannica set. That's hilarious. Me and my best friend were talking about how like back in the day, bruh, like we really used to map quest shit, bro. And it's only a couple years between us and kids that have no idea what that shit was like, bro. Cause GPS came out shortly after. But like before damn, what was the old GPS called? What was the old GPS called that you would like place in your window? Not your phone GPS, but like what was that shit called? I can't think of it. Damn. Oh, the Garmin joints. Yeah. We had the Garmin joints. And there was something else. Oh, the TomTom. Yeah, that's what I was really thinking of. TomTom. Yeah, but even before the TomTom, we used to, motherfucker, like, I'd really be in a computer room. My mom would be like, while we're packing up the car, go print out the map quest. And I'll be like, you do a fucking dial up. Really print out the map quest, like 5 pages, step-by-step directions, but that shit don't change. You run into a roadblock or something, you like, damn, what do we do? And then we had the real map in the glove compartment. And that shit's insane, bro. Like, you really had to ask people on the street, like, hey, how far are we away from the monument? And they'll just be like, oh, yeah, 3 blocks that way, make a left. You basically there already. Bro, I would literally never roll down my window and ask someone for help right now. Like, ever. Because times are just different. Spaniard colonialism was bad, but German or British colonialism would have been even worse. They would not have mixed, they would have simply eradicated the natives. Yeah, I can agree with that. My dad was a truck driver, so he had the atlas of the United States. Had all X's on there, so you just looked, had to pull over to get the turns. That shit's crazy, bro. Like the fact that we could do that just seems not very feasible now. Like, motherfuckers. Yep, right. Yeah, right here. You gotta lift the map up and pull that shit down and make the turn. Like, nah, bro. You really had to have a passenger that was paying attention and capable of reading the map. Shit's crazy. Very crazy. All right, Phil and Rolando. I'm really about to get off soon because it's just us. And I fuck with y'all, but I've been on for a really long time. So think about backup cameras and stuff. You used to have to look back. Yeah, I mean, I still never had a car with a backup camera to this day. So I still have had to look back. But yeah, that shit's crazy, bro. Like, technology has come a long way, bro. A really long way. Te amo, Yali. Te amo, Fi. Rolando, I don't love you. You're the redheaded stepchild. But alright, bro. I'll fuck with y'all on another day. I was teaching English the last 2 weeks, so I haven't been doing a live in the middle of the week. But that girl takes the test tomorrow, so I'm not teaching English this week. So I should be doing another live like Wednesday or something. So I'll see y'all in a couple days, my boys. But y'all have a good night, man. I'm out. Peace.